everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
This video is for everyone who has ever said they were going to switch to women because men ain't shit. Let me tell you about the weekend I just had, okay? Let me set the scene. I've been talking to this girl for about a week. Not long. She drives 10 hours to come see me, okay? Before she gets here, she's telling me she is like, she loves doing acts of service for her woman. And I'm like, that's great because that's how I feel cared for. Like, that's help make my life easier, please. All right. So she's like, coffee, breakfast in bed. I'm taking the trash out. I'm like, come see me, like, come over. Okay. So she gets here. Mind you, she just left a couple of hours ago. She spent the last 3 days here in my house. And I made coffee for this woman every single morning. And so this morning, I'm like, let me test it a little bit. I'm just going to see if she even offers. I'm like, man, some coffee sounds really good. You know what she said to me? Yeah, you make really good coffee. Your coffee's really good. Like, bitch, I know. I've been making it for myself for the past several years. I thought you were going to help me. No. And so, mind you, she had been up for like 30 minutes to an hour before me. Like, she was drinking a Monster. She was already like her hat on, ready, like reading in bed, waiting for me. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I'm gonna take trash out. It's full, whatever. She's at this point sitting on the couch reading, and I'm like walking past her, about to go walk my dog, and I'm taking the trash out. Did not offer once, and I'm like, okay, it's really not matching. Words and actions just not aligning. Okay, and so then I come back in, and she wants to talk to me about her stupid ass book she's reading about Carl Dungeon, some princess donut cat, the end of the world, and it's a video game. Bitch, if you don't get out of my motherfucking house, and not only that, but I had to sit here and really act interested all weekend. I spent 4 hours at a bar watching a football game. The Bills. I had to listen to her talk about Magic the Gathering all weekend. I had to open up. She spent $250 on sports cards. And I opened one pack. And she's like, do you want to open one pack? I'm like, oh, yeah, sure. I don't really give a fuck, but I'll do it. And then the whole time I did it, she was like hovering over my shoulder, like, okay, but don't get your fingerprints on it. You have to open it this way and only touch on this way. I'm like, bitch, take that. I don't even want to open the cards. I don't even care. And then if all of that wasn't enough, we argued the very first night that she got here. Full blown argument, silent treatment on the way back. And it was so bad. Every single time she asked me how I felt about something and I told her, I ended up apologizing because apparently she took everything I said as criticism, made herself the victim in every fucking situation. And apparently I'm having to apologize for how I make her feel. Please just stay where you're at. I don't know. It's terrible on both sides. All right. Y'all really wanted a part 2 and I wasn't going to do it because at this point I'm about to make myself look bad because I ignored some pretty big red flags. Oh, yes, she's seen the video. She called and texted me multiple times last night. No, I'm not sorry. And no, I do not feel bad. Bitch, get off my phone. Okay, so before she comes up here, she had told me the day before she had court for sexual extortion. And okay, listen. I'm not the most like judgmental person. And I've done some fuck shit in my life. We're both in our mid-30s. So I'm like, if you haven't been through some shit, it would kind of be weird. Maybe not so recent. That was kind of, maybe it could have been like further in the past, but no, it wasn't. So I was just, okay, giving her the benefit of the doubt. Okay. That was the first thing in my head that was making me thinking, okay, so you got a tendency to show your ass a little bit. The second, she works in the cannabis industry. She smokes weed like all day long. It's chronic at this point. All day she's telling me that she vapes weed. I work in the substance use field. So for me, it's like, damn, your baseline is high because I don't love it. Like, I don't care that you smoke. I don't have an issue with it. She has her medical card. But I'm just like, it's in the back of my mind, like, especially because she had also told me that she is trying to get sober from alcohol. Like, she not so much has a problem with it. Actually, if it's causing you problems, it's a problem. Let's just call it what it is. She doesn't like how she is whenever she drinks, so she's trying not to. So that's already not great qualities that I'm like wanting in my partner. Like, do I care if you're in recovery? No. But this is all very recent stuff that is happening, So we're already not off to a great start. And we had a small argument, like when she was on her drive up here. Okay, so she gets here. We go out to a restaurant and eat. She gets my car door for me. Remember this because it comes up in a little bit. I'm like, is getting the door for me always going to be like a consistent thing? Or is it going to like taper off once we get more comfortable? And she's like, no, I got you. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we get to the restaurant and she is like all over me. We're sitting at the bar. She's like scooting my chair closer to her. She is like hanging on me, kissing me. And I'm like, we are in our third, like, girl, this ain't no puppy love. Like, read the room. It's icky. It's cringy. Like, and then she's like, I'm sorry for being all over you while actively being all over me. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, I just take a little bit longer than most people we just met. Like, okay, so I wanted her to know I didn't really have an issue with her smoking weed. So I'm like, there's a dispensary down the road. Would you like to go to it? We go. This girl is trying to like tell me how weed was made, the science behind it. She has her master's in some science, whatever. She's like trying to tell me how you can't get high if it's THCA, blah, blah, blah. I do not care. And she has said the same thing 6 times in a row. And it's like, she can tell I'm not comprehending what she's saying. Or she's like, And so she gets aggravated to me, and I could tell she's aggravated. So I'm like, damn, you are kind of a short fuse, huh? And she got mad at me for saying that. So we leave. She does not get the door for me, my car door. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so anytime we argue, she's going to withhold affection. That's passive aggressive. I don't love that. So silent treatment. On the way back to my apartment, we've only known each other for a few hours. So I'm like, you know what? We don't communicate well. I tell her this. We do not communicate well. We don't conflict resolution well. Maybe we should call it, we're just not a good match. And so she's like, I'm just going to get a hotel room. Like, she's like, I guess I'll just get a hotel. Wasn't expecting it to go, like waiting for me to be like, no, please stay. No, girl, leave. And so she packs her stuff, and then she comes knocking on my door like 2 minutes later, and she's like, I just want to talk. And I'm like, yeah, come on in. We've clearly proven we're great at communicating, so let's just talk. So she's like, I've had a really long day with driving, and I've been mentally stressed about the court stuff. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Let's just wrap it up, go to bed. We can try again tomorrow. So there was just like subtle things over the weekend that were happening. Like, for instance, so she wanted to build me a fire in my fireplace. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I do it all the time for me. I have multiple bundles of wood that you see. I have a fire poker that you see, and make me one. And she looks at me halfway through making it. She's like, do you know when it's time to stoke a fire? And I'm like, bitch, in my fire? Yes, I know how. Like, what are you talking? So it was just like little stuff like that. I had her fix one of like a shelf or like a moon thing on my wall because it was kind of, I had so much shit on it, was heavy. And so for one, she fixed it. Thank you for doing that. But like, it's not even centered. I could have done. And so then I walk out of my room, and she's like taking down everything on my walls, and like everything that I had a tack in, she's replacing with a nail. And I'm just like it feels condescending. I'm like, I didn't ask you to do that. You could have asked me, like you can do that, but you can't make me coffee. Like, you don't feel you don't feel comfortable enough in my house to make me coffee, but you feel comfortable enough to rearrange my whole goddamn place. What? What? So all of this was going on before the coffee and the trash thing even happened on the third day. And then I took her to a waterfall. And we're leaving. We're getting ready to go to a restaurant. And she has the audacity to ask me, how do you feel about us? Like, not great. Like, not great. And I tell her, no. I feel like I'm like having to self-edit myself. I have to say the right thing to you, or you're going to get mad at me. She got mad at me for telling her that. And so it's super awkward at the restaurant. She's like being super short, silent treatment again. And then whenever she does talk, I can tell the people around us are like uncomfortable because it's like very awkward. It's like, it's just not the move. And so the very last day comes after the coffee and the trash and all of that happens. And, she's getting ready to leave, and she said, you didn't even make me coffee this morning. I said, you damn right I didn't. And then I told her, you were supposed to be doing that for me. So trust, she knew where I stood about everything. So she's crying. She's leaving at this point. I'm walking her down. She comes knocking back on my door, trying to talk. And at this point, I'm staring at her like, you have a 10-hour drive ahead of you. I have been very clear that this is not the relationship that I want or the dynamic I'm looking for. Leave. And she's like waiting for me to change my mind or some shit. I don't even know. Anyway, she started cussing at me, and I just said, get the fuck out of my house, and I shut the door. Then she wanted to text me talking about, I can't believe you acted like that. It made it so much easier to walk away. Like, girl, good, run. Don't just walk, please. So yeah, some red flags I actively ignored. So it's a little bit on me. Sorry, this was so long. No, okay, so this is going to be the last video I make about this, but some of y'all can kiss my ass as well as her, because this girl was on vacation whenever she was here. I took her to a card show. I picked up the bill twice and ordered her pizza, made her coffee every single day. I learned about playing Magic the Gathering with her because I was going to play with her. I was invested in her interest. I loved them until I spent the weekend with her and realized, okay, this girl has presented herself as something that she's not, and I've been getting gaslit, and fucking she's arguing with me over everything that I do and I say no. So yeah, after the third day of dealing with that shit, excuse me that I wake up in the morning and make myself coffee, clean up after her, take out the trash, and I have to come inside and listen to you tell me about your book that you've been sitting on your ass reading? No, fuck you. Get out of my house. This is not it. I cared about your interests until I reached my threshold, and I'm like, this ain't that. Y'all ain't gonna do me, and I mean that.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ, but I'm going to tell y'all what, man. I could tell you why she don't date me, because, boy, I could not deal with that shit right there. I'd be like, nigga, did you have some coffee this morning? Jesus Christ, shut up. She had a coffee with a side of meth or something. Jesus Christ, she was going a mile a minute. Too much for me. I can't deal with it. I'm over the story. I heard too much. I already see the problem. Damn the girlfriend, but I already see the problem. The girlfriend is stressful anyway, but hell, you probably didn't shut up. And when you did talk, you talked a mile a minute. Like, hey, what you doing? Do you need, you know, it was a cartoon I watched back in the day, and oh no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was a cartoon. It was a cartoon, and they was doing something with coffee, and they was giving coffee, and they started drinking coffee, and they started talking a little fast, and it was going. That's exactly what it talked about. That's exactly what it sounded like. I was like, hell no, I can't deal with this. But anyway, the girl sounds crazy. Listen, it's not too much to ask for, but then this is the condescending part. If your pictures is off center, your pictures are crooked, and then you ask somebody to fix your pictures, and then they fix it, or they don't fix it, and then you say, "Well, I could have did better." Well, you could have did better, but you didn't. That's why. That's exactly why I'm trying to fix it, and obviously, she couldn't fix it. So but hey, you're asking someone who probably never fixed anything, mind you. Just playing the role of a man doesn't do it for everyone. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it didn't. So, like I said, just playing the role of a man doesn't always work. But it looks good. It does. It looks good. So if you like it, I love it. So let's get to the other side of the story.
Raise your hand if you went on a date and it went so horrible that the girl made a viral TikTok about you. Okay, so here's what happened. I met a girl. She lived like 10 hours away. Within days of meeting her, she's like, come see me this weekend. Come see me next weekend. You're not going to leave here unless you're my girlfriend. That should have been the first red flag, that she was already trying to U-Haul me. But lesbians, we love the carnival. What are you going to do? So I drive out there. Halfway there, this girl starts a fight with me. Like, bitch, I ain't even met you yet, and you're already starting a fight with me? That's some real lesbian ass shit. I had to know if I was getting catfished or not. Newsflash, I was getting catfished. Yeah, videos and pictures did not match in person, but I tried to keep trucking because I thought, I've already driven all the way out here. She seems like a cool girl. Let's see what happens. It ended with her being extremely mad at me and making a viral TikTok video about me because I didn't make this girl coffee in bed in her own home. Of course, she leaves out all the things I did do, like get the door for her wherever we went. I walked her dog for her. I brought my tool bag because she literally has bought out the clearance aisle at Earthbound and it threw up all over her wall, and she hung everything with tacks. So, vroom, vroom, we had to fix that. Then this girl goes on to make fun of me about the book I'm reading, the cards I like to play with my friends, and stuff I like to buy with my own money. It was an absolute nightmare. But the funniest thing of all is that I now have a viral trophy for all the dumb shit I get myself into. Well, looks like I've gotten my second viral trophy for all the dumb shit I get myself into. This part 2 is not going to be near as long as whatever other part 2 you've heard, because honestly, I don't have the time or energy to keep putting into this. Woo! Sounded like she really aired out my laundry, huh? Look, guys, obviously, at the end of the day, we weren't a match, and that's okay. But how can you not catch that she's a substance use counselor and she's treating somebody who felt safe enough to share with her their substance use that they developed after their mom was diagnosed with breast cancer? Alcohol use that I got over completely on my own. And anybody out there that's done it, you know how hard that can be. So it's kind of crazy to have a counselor making fun of you for getting better. And let's be real, I know that she aired out more of my dirty laundry, but if you know me, then you know me, and that's all that I need. I don't feel the need to justify myself because some broad out there was mad I didn't bring her coffee in bed and decided to blast it all over social media. At this point, you've got to be thinking lesbian relationships are dumb as shit, and you're not wrong. Could I sit here and say everything that disgusted me about her and air out a bunch of stuff? Sure, but I'm not sinking to that level. End of the day, it didn't work out. It wasn't a match, and that's okay. But this has been hella funny and hella fun. I'm always going to remember that crazy bitch I dated that fucking made a viral TikTok of me. Y'all stay safe out there. Dating is rough.
Yo, that's a crazy situation, man. Hey, TikTok just banned gifting. They said I was asking for gifts in my life. Man, nigga, I ain't asked for no damn gifts. How did I ask for gifts? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell? Man, TikTok, I don't give a damn about TikTok. Like, for real. They said, you can't ask for gifts. What do you mean? I didn't even ask for a gift. I don't even give a shit about asking for gifts, honestly. But whatever. I don't even know what a gift is. What is a gift? What is a gift, TikTok? TikTok is, man, it's the worst app in history. Did you catch that? It is the worst app in history. I swear to God, it's the worst app in history. Like, you literally got people on here fighting, but you worried about me asking for a gift, okay, that I didn't ask for. And they said, would you like to appeal it? I said, yeah, because I never asked for a gift. I don't even give a shit about a gift. Who cares about a gift? You know, what is a gift? I don't know what a gift is. And, you know, whatever. So, I don't know. Anyway, TikTok is drunk. But this story is even drunker. Listen, man, I be telling y'all, lesbian relationships is just crazy. Reason is, I know firsthand. I seen one. And they used to be so toxic. And I used to talk to them, and I just be like, they used to act all normal. They act all normal in front of me, and I just be like, why y'all over here lying, acting like y'all just hella friendly? Y'all not hella friendly. Y'all don't act like this. And then they was like, oh, no, I ain't gonna get into it too much. But yeah, a strange couple, first of all. Strange couple. I'm not gonna talk about them too much because, you know, strange couple. But yeah, lesbians are toxic. Way more toxic than a man and a woman. Reason why? Because it's two women. Two women fighting over each other. You think you got mad at a man? Watch a woman get mad at a woman. They be going back and forth like, ooh. Now that's a fight to watch. You know what I'm saying? They both be up in the middle of the night going through each other's phone. Waiting on each other to go to sleep so they can go through each other's phone. Boy, that gotta be the most delusional relationship in the world. Boy, you talk about nagging. Oh my gosh. Hey, listen. Hey, men, we have this off button. We can switch off when we listening to our woman. Women don't have an off button when they listening. They continuously listen. So when it is a woman listening to another woman, they're continuously listening. So they're continuously taking in information about this woman, and they're continuously gathering information, and then they both explode on each other. And that's why it's wrong. It's a crazy situation. Shout out to all the lesbians out there, though.
Everyday people.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as 1 week.